Hi K1, I am so excited that I get to put out another video for our virtual reading circle. Today we are going to be reading a book called The Girl Who Never Made Mistakes. You guys are going to meet Beatrice Bottomwell, and she has not ever, not once, not one time, has ever made a mistake. Something doesn't seem right about that. Do you guys make mistakes? What's one mistake that you guys have made? Miss Phoebe can think of a few mistakes she has made. Sit back and see how many mistakes you can count in the video that Miss Phoebe makes every single day.
Give me a napkin.
Yeah, thank you for using the magic word. Do I have all the reds?
Yep.
I just counted 3 mistakes that I made and 1 mistake that the unicorn made. Did you catch them all? Hit pause and ask a parent to watch with you and see if you can count all the mistakes that Miss Phoebe and her unicorn friend made. Okay, now that you have found all the mistakes that Miss Phoebe can make every single day, we are going to start to read our book. I want you to make a prediction about what is going to happen. I want you to think about, is it possible that we're going to get through this entire book and Beatrice isn't going to make one single mistake? I want you to think about that while we are reading this story. We'll stop periodically for me to ask you questions and you can answer out loud. I want you to answer and really think about the questions with a parent, a grandparent, your mom, your dad, your auntie, your uncle, your friend, and if not, the wizard, because the wizard is always watching. All right, boys and girls, sit back, get ready to listen to The Girl Who Never Made Mistakes.
The Girl Who Never Made Mistakes by Mark Pett and Gary Rubenstein, illustrated by Mark Pett. For Beatrice Bottomwell, Friday began like any other day. She matched her socks, and of course, she put her shoes on the proper feet. She remembered to feed her hamster, Humbert, his favorite food, broccoli, and when she made a sandwich for her brother Carl's lunch, she used exactly the same amount of peanut butter as jelly. When she stepped outside to greet her fans, she didn't forget to say good morning and thank you. They asked if she made her bed. She had. They asked if she forgot to do her math homework. Nope. What about tonight's talent show, they asked. I'm ready, said Beatrice with a smile. After all, her juggling act had won 3 years in a row. Most people in town didn't even know Beatrice's name. They just called her the girl who never makes mistakes, because for as long as anyone could remember, she never did.
Wow, K1, it really seems like Beatrice doesn't make any mistakes. She hasn't made one single mistake so far. She puts her socks on the right feet. She always says please and thank yous. She even knows how to juggle. Oh my goodness, and she doesn't make a mistake when she's doing it. I want you to take a minute though and think about how hard it must be not to make any mistakes at all. You guys just saw all the mistakes Miss Phoebe made just doing things around the house. I wonder how much pressure she feels to be perfect. And it's important that we remember that we can't be perfect all the time and that mistakes are okay. Well, now that we see how perfect she's been so far in this story, I want you to think about what mistakes might come up during the rest of the story, or maybe no mistakes at all. We'll have to wait and see. All right, settle in and listen to the rest of the story.
Unlike Beatrice, Carl made lots of mistakes. He ate his crayons and drew with his green beans. He danced with his hands and played the piano with his feet. Carl loved to make mistakes. At school, Beatrice was on a cooking team with her two best friends, Millie and Sarah. To make their giant rhubarb muffins, they needed 4 eggs. Beatrice went to the refrigerator and carefully chose the biggest, eggiest eggs she could find. But on the way back, her legs slipped out from under her. The eggs went flying. Beatrice was about to make her first mistake. But she didn't. That was close, Beatrice thought. Sorry, Beatrice, I dropped a piece of rhubarb. Don't mention it, Illy.
Boys and girls, I thought she was about to make her very first mistake.
For the rest of the school day, Beatrice could not stop thinking about her almost mistake. On her way home from school, Beatrice watched Millie and Sarah ice skating in the park. Come, join us, said Millie. It's fun, said Sarah. Beatrice watched them slip and slide on the frozen pond. Millie and Sarah laughed as they wobbled on the ice. No thanks, said Beatrice. At supper, Beatrice barely touched her food. Is everything all right, kiddo? Asked her father. I'm worried I'll mess up tonight, said Beatrice, and everyone will be watching. Worry? You don't make mistakes, he said with a smile. Beatrice tried to smile too. After supper, Beatrice got ready for the talent show. First, she woke up Humbert from his nap. Next, she got the salt shaker from the kitchen table. Finally, she filled a balloon with water. The school auditorium was packed. Beatrice felt her stomach jumping around inside her.
Hi, K1. So, we know that Beatrice is about to attend a big talent show where she is going to be juggling in front of a big crowd. So far in this story, she hasn't made any mistakes. She almost made a mistake with the eggs. It was a close call. But now what I want you to do is make a prediction about what might happen up on stage to Beatrice. Will there be a mistake? Won't there be a mistake? What type of mistake could it be? Hit pause and think about it with a friend.
Beatrice waited for her juggling music to begin. That's her. That's the girl who never makes mistakes, said a woman. Oh, we know she'll be perfect, said a man. When the music started, she tossed Humbert into the air. Next, she added the salt shaker, and finally the water balloon. Beatrice didn't miss a beat. The crowd clapped with delight. But Beatrice noticed something odd about the salt shaker. The specks falling out of it were not white. Achoo! Humbert was so surprised by his sneeze that he grabbed the water balloon with his claws. Kablooey! Humbert, pieces of water balloon, and the pepper rained down on top of Beatrice. For the first time in as long as anyone could remember, Beatrice made a mistake, and it was a big one. The music stopped. Beatrice didn't know what to do. Cry? Run off the stage? The crowd sat stunned. They couldn't believe that the girl who never makes mistakes made a mistake. Beatrice looked up at Humbert. He looked back at her. His hamster fur was soaked and speckled with bits of balloon. Beatrice let out a giggle. The giggle grew into a chuckle, and the chuckle became a laugh. The people in the crowd looked at each other and then back at Beatrice. They began to giggle, then chuckle, then finally roar with laughter. Beatrice and the audience laughed until they couldn't remember why they were laughing. That night, Beatrice slept better than she ever had. In the morning, no fans greeted Beatrice. When she got dressed, Beatrice, for no reason at all, put a polka dot sock on one foot and a plaid sock on the other. Beatrice and Carl made sandwiches. This time, they put the peanut butter and jelly on the outside. They called it an inside-out PB&J. Lunch was messy and delicious. Later, Beatrice found Millie and Sarah skating in the park. They fell a lot and laughed. Now, people no longer called her the girl who never made mistakes. They just called her Beatrice.
Wow, boys and girls, it looks like our story is over, and that means our virtual reading circle is coming to an end. What I want you to do is to talk to a friend, a parent, a sibling, an aunt or an uncle about why you think that Beatrice was laughing at herself when she made that mistake. Miss Phoebe sometimes laughs at herself when she makes a mistake because everybody makes a mistake, and sometimes the mistakes are just too funny not to have a giggle at. So, boys and girls, the next time you make a mistake, I want you to laugh it off and just try again. That is the best way to handle any mistakes. Always keep trying. All right, K1, until next time, bye.